today. As we are nearing the holiday season, depending on what you celebrate, a lot of families will soon be gathering and spending time together. And oftentimes, this can be a stressful point in the college process for our seniors. They are waiting patiently or impatiently on news from colleges, and they are anxious and they are maybe doubting themselves and really wondering what is going to be the outcome of all of their work and the applications that they have submitted. So this is my sort of annual reminder to families about how we can go into this season with an attitude of gratitude, honestly. So I've got a couple of points to make about all of this. So first of all, let's talk about gratitude. And you may be thinking, what in the world does that really have to do with the college application process? But it has a lot to do with just how we as the adults show up for our students, our teenagers in this process. And so what do I mean by that? Well, first of all, take a step back. Gratitude is something that is really easy to access and be generous with when things are going well, right? Like if we're happy and we are content with what's going on in our lives, easy to be grateful for things, easy to be grateful for, all of the good that we're seeing in our world. It's much more difficult, I think, when things are maybe not going so well to find reasons to be grateful. And wherever students land in this process, there's often some great times and some not so great times. And so again, as parents, I hope that you will help model for them the ways in which they can still be grateful for whatever the outcomes may be in this process. It is not always going to be something that can happen within the first 24, 48 hours of getting especially bad news. But if we can try to model and tell our teenagers that, these blips on the radar, these moments of disappointment are still things that we can learn from and grow from. And honestly, if a college says no, there really is genuinely, typically good reason why that has happened. And it means it isn't the right place. It really isn't. And when we can help teenagers get to the other side of that and be grateful that the college said, no, we're not the right fit for you, it saved them from going to a place that might not have been the right fit for them. So I think it's just really important that we try to maintain a level of gratitude as we're giving thanks and gathering with our families and things like that over the next few weeks. The other thing that I want to touch on that happens at the holidays especially is when we're gathering and a well-intentioned relative or friend of the family happens to be around and wants to talk to the teen about what's happening, where are you going to college next year, what are your results, why don't you know? Lots of questions can come at them fast and furious. This can actually happen not only just to our seniors, but certainly even juniors who are sort of just dipping their toes, getting started in the process, maybe being asked these kinds of questions as well. And so again, as parents and trusted adults in their lives, I hope that we will step in and maybe even help them plan ahead for this line of questioning that might come at them. So again, nobody has malintent. Your great Aunt Susie just wants to know what all the great news is on the college front, but maybe there isn't any yet to report. Maybe there is even a desire to sort of protect the list, not even tell where you've been applying if you're the student. So helping our students prior to these kinds of get-togethers, really thinking through, okay, if somebody asks you, what's your top choice? Where do you hope you're going to go to school next year? Or if, grandpa who's gung-ho about X, Y, or Z school says, oh, well, you're definitely going to go to my X, Y, or Z alma mater if you get in, right? Helping our students think through how they can navigate those kinds of those scenarios. And so it can really be as simple as just talking to them about it on the front end and saying, hey, if somebody asks you about this, you are well within your rights to say, I don't know yet and I'm not really sure, or I'm not really into talking about it until we get all of the decisions, because once I get all the decisions, I'll have all my options and be able to make my final choice. Whatever works in your own family dynamic, obviously, that's an important factor to consider. But again, kind of setting them up ahead of time for success in these situations so that they aren't feeling frustrated or caught off guard. For those who celebrate Thanksgiving, by that early time, there may not be a lot of college decisions that have come in, although there could be a few. I certainly have students already on my roster here at the beginning of November who have heard from colleges. But nevertheless, it still can be a point of tension. And so, trying to help our students think through the best ways to dance through those conversations with confidence and, not to be disrespectful, but to teach them that it is perfectly okay to say, I don't know yet because I don't have all the answers. And when I do, I'll be so excited to share. But, also as a parent, depending on your relationship with the relative or individuals who might be asking the questions, sometimes it is in our best interest to actually step in and say, we're going to not talk about that today at the dinner table, and we're going to wait until we have all of those answers. Again, I hope that during all of this, the highs and the lows, you can still search for the gratitude and the reasons to be grateful, and then helping students, our children, navigate this process of just dealing with family with the well-intentioned questions, I think is another big step for the coming holiday season. If you have any questions, we would love to support you. We support parents just as much as we do students in this process, to be honest with you. So if there's anything we can help you with, please be in touch.